Hi, this is Tiffany Burton in Diversity in the U.S. This is Discussion Board 4. We're talking about how male privilege may contribute to a lack of women in top corporate position businesses, even in American businesses in 2017. Um, in Healy's list here, we have the 15, and I didn't even Google the whole 50 because I knew that the 15, I feel like we can go through those and talk about them all, and it would take like 30 minutes, probably way more than that. So, but the list I picked one, two, three, four, five of them, and I just want to go over them really quick, and then we'll carry on with our days. So I picked 4, 12, and 14. Those are the ones about women having kids, women having a family, or men with their kids, men and the possibility that they will or will want to have a family being hired for a job. And then 14 is um, I'll expect her to do most of the basic childcare needs, such as changing diapers and feedings. So I'm a mom. I work full time just like my husband does. He is the primary breadwinner in our family. He makes more money than I do. So his reasoning for me to take care of everything was because he makes more money, which is great. But if I was a doctor, would he be willing to stay up in the middle of the night and take care of our little kid like I did? You know, I, as the woman, had the baby for 9 months, delivered the baby, took 5 weeks off of work to raise the first 5 weeks and get through that and to rest. Yeah, right. And carry on. Now, I'm fortunate enough that I was able to have our baby, have a nice, healthy baby. And I'm so happy that I got to do those 5 weeks. But if I was in a business position to where I knew I was the leader, CEO of my company, Burton Inc., and I knew that that company, I would not have taken 5 weeks off because I would have known that I can't take these 5 weeks off. And I have a sister-in-law who can't take any time off of work either for the same reason. That's her baby. You know, she has a business and she can't leave it. So even whenever she had her kids, she still didn't take any time off. And it was just, that's crazy to think about. But she was exhausted and it's a lot of work to do both. But as a man, you're not expected to do both. You know, even whenever I was off for maternity leave, people were telling my husband, well, why isn't your wife taking care of him in the middle of the night? She's not doing anything all day. And he would tell them, well, she's up all night and all day, so she doesn't get a lot of sleep. So this right here is a huge factor as to why women probably aren't getting hired for, you know, the CEO, the lead. I don't even know the words for these, but they're not getting the higher up positions because everybody knows that the woman is more than likely to take care of the child. If a child has a doctor's appointment, probably mom's going to take him. It's not too often that dad's going to take him. If he's sick or falls at school and chips a tooth, mom's coming to get him. You think they call dad first? More than likely not. They are going to call mom. Mom's going to leave work, come in and get the child, take the child to the dentist or the doctor or wherever, and then mom has to stay home the rest of the day, even if mom is the primary breadwinner. In my area, now we live in a really small rural area, so I'm biased all the way over here. But more than likely, it's mom. You call mom, mom comes and gets you, mom makes you feel better. The end. You don't really go to dad for that stuff. And so if you have a mom who is owner of Burton Inc., here I am, Burton Inc., yeah. I don't take any time off. I tell my husband, you need to go get him from school. I'm sorry he chipped his tooth, but you'll have to figure it out. Good luck to you. Because I have 2 board meetings today. So not only am I maybe being called cold or unmotherly or unnurturing, but if my husband does it, it's no big deal. But if I did it, I wouldn't be a very good mom. People would talk about it. And even, not even necessarily in a smaller setting like I am, you could even be in a bigger city, but people in your building will know, oh, she has 3 kids, but she's always here, so she's obviously not doing anything with them. They probably have a nanny or dad's taking care of them, and she doesn't have anything to do with them. You know, she doesn't leave at 4 to go to piano recital or to the dance or to whatever it is that they're doing. She's never been to a soccer game. You know, they talk about that. But if dad misses stuff, it's okay. It's not a big deal. You know, he's probably working because he needs to work. So that in and of itself, 5 whole minutes of my video here is how it's just completely unfair. Because even if a mom or a wife or just a female in general has kids and doesn't attend to their every whim, she's considered a bad mom. The next ones that I'm going to talk about are 10 and 11. These two kind of go together. 10 is I can be loud with no fear of being called a shrew. I can be aggressive with no fear of being called a bitch. I have small ears next door. My ability to make an important decision and my capability in general will never be questioned depending on what time of the month it is. So two, obviously, of my favorite ones. I just did some perusing through the internet myself, and I found a couple of articles about why guys can be aggressive and girls cannot. So if guys are aggressive, I read this one, I think it was from Forbes, and same situation, but you put a man and woman. So the guy, beats his fist on the desk and says, we're going to do this for our company, and blah, 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 blah. And people say they said he's passionate about his job and he loves his job. Two things, passionate and loves them. Now, flip-flop that whole situation and make it a woman. And instead of saying passionate and she loves, they said she's emotional and she is aggressive. Emotional and aggressive. And then they didn't actually use the B word, but you could see where that fits in there. So even if they don't say anything in the boardroom where they're like, whoa, Tiffany, have a seat, you just need to calm down a little bit, then people in the hallway could be like, it's probably her time of the month because she's being totally bitchy. Like, this is crazy. So as a woman, you need to sit and know your place quietly. And I'm a loud woman. If you knew me personally, I talk all the time and I'm really loud. So that doesn't really work for me. I don't really like it. But again, if I was in the boardroom at Burnt Inc. and I got loud and in your face about it, I would be emotional, aggressive, overbearing. But if I was a man in Burnt Inc., he just loves his job. It's his company. He loves his job. He wants his company to be the best. Kind of a bonus one that I threw in there was number 9, and it's about being conventionally unattractive. So I actually Googled conventionally unattractive to make sure that I was doing this right. So I don't think conventionally unattractive falls into the right what I'm going to say, but I think if a woman doesn't take care of herself, like hair and some makeup, and she's dressed nicely, then people just automatically think that she doesn't care about herself, and then she doesn't care about her job, so she's not going to care about whatever you want, whatever she's trying to sell you or anything. But if a man who all he has to do is take a shower, make sure his face is clean shaven and his hair is an acceptable length, or at least clean cut looking or pulled back, put on a suit, and he can sell anything. I just don't see how that's fair. And it's totally not. So again, Tiffany Burton, discussion board 4. I look forward to your responses. Thank you.